Christian name. I don't get why you go by oil can.
Why would you change it to oil can?
God, you really sound perfect for baseball.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. I could always do that voice.
I don't know why you go higher when your actual voice is perfect. And I don't even know if you know it.
Oh, if I were to do like this, like oil can Boyd.
Yes.
Swing and a miss. Fred McGriff hits one deep to center. Caught by Cecil Fielder.
I like in Chris D'Elia's magical mystery tour of baseball, Rob Dibble hits.
People can play any position in my thing.
But let me tell you something.
Narnia.
You're running the DElia League is way cooler because who doesn't want to watch Cecil Fielder run around in center field? That's amazing.
What, do you play first base? What do you play?
Or DH because he was so fat he couldn't run at all.
So
but the Chris D'Elia Baseball League, Cecil Fielder in center. Yeah. I'm buying a ticket.
Yeah,
you got to
well, of course.
If you're running a league, you got to put asses in the seats.
Absolutely. That's why they made that whole XFL. What the fuck was that thing?
It was exciting and fun. He hate me.
Yeah, it was terrible, but people were like, "What the fuck is this?" Because you could they could like shit on each other in that league. Right?
Cecil Fielder in center, and for those of you in England and Sydney, Australia, Cecil Fielder weighed about 300 pounds, about 5'10", 300 pounds, and I like that he played in Japan. They probably thought Godzilla had come to like save the season. Oh, Godzilla bat fall. Here come Godzilla, you bat fall. Like nobody speaks English, because all the players in Japan and Kevin Mitchell they must have thought was Godzilla too.
Was he big?
Compared to like 150. Look at Ichiro.
Yeah, Ichiro's.
Like Ichiro's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's like 5'9", 150, smoking Marlboro Reds in the clubhouse, and all of a sudden a guy comes in with like fucking plastic bags for luggage. Hey everybody, mind if I hit clean up?
Why does he have a southern accent?
Because I want them
from
to.
The south of Japan.
He's from San Diego. That's South California. Your podcast. I like that you guys get on each other. Have you been on Brian Callen's podcast?
Yeah, I did. I was on his second one actually.
Is it fun?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do it next week.
Oh yeah, it's fun. He's great.
And you can give me lots of dirt on him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But he already shits on himself enough.
I know.
But he only shits on himself
doesn't.
in a masterful way where you have, like, he'll say, I'm built like a greyhound. And you go, no, you got a little more meat on your bone. And then you go, oh, I just fucking fell into his trap.
No, he's saying it in all the positive ways though. He's like, yeah, I'm built like a greyhound. Like he's like fast and lean and shit. Like that's what he means. Don't let him fucking get you like that. Don't agree with him on that bullshit.
Brian Callen,
you're built like a pug.
You're built like hey, Brian Callen, you're built like a pug.
Yeah,
like that?
Yeah, that's the soundbite. Take that. Somebody take that, make it on Twitter, and then tweet it to Brian Callen.
What jobs did you have before acting and stand-up comedy?
I worked at Abercrombie and Fitch.
Really?
Yeah.
You just stand in the hallway with your shirt off?
No, they weren't that gangster back then.
These guys are so hot.
They weren't back then. Yeah, they are hot, but they weren't that gangster back then.
Abercrombie and Fitch is one of those places the door is always open, and no matter how hot a day it is, they blast the sidewalk with apparently their air conditioning bill is covered by Cartier down the street. When you walk like down the streets of Manhattan and past Abercrombie and Fitch, air conditioning hits you.
You can also smell it way before you can feel the air conditioning.
Because of all the nasty cologne?
Yeah, I don't know when it got like that, man. When I back in the day.
Persian?
But is it Persian? It's not Persian. Abercrombie & Fitch is not Persian.
Just a cologne smell. I like to equate
with you just say, whatever you think of, you just say, Persian, because cologne. Yeah. Well, no, you're right. But
Abadaba, a little abadaba. It's a little abadaba. That smells a little abadaba.
But,
What'd you do at Abercrombie & Fitch?
I worked I folded clothes and I stood outside sometimes, but never with my shirt off. They didn't do that back then. That was in 99.
Folding clothes
I was 19.
99?
Yeah.
That's a real art form, folding those freaking clothes, because when I take a t-shirt off the rack, I have to put it like all the way behind something because I can't fold it the way they fold it.
Yeah.
With the collar perfect and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it.
I do, and I do it now for other people because it sucks.
Really?
Yeah, if I'm in like the Gap or whatever, which I shop frequently every day.
Me too.
I'll just go and check it out, and then I'll be like, oh.
I like to go to Baby Gap and I try shit on for like a 12-year-old, and I go, this doesn't fit me at all.
Do you have this large?
They're like, that's for 8. I'm like, well, I'm obviously, am I 8? Do I look like I'm fucking 8?
Right.
Like, where's the 38 sizes? I'm 38.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're 41. I read it on Wikipedia. Do you play wiffle ball?
I mean, I used to.
Were you good?
Well, I mean, like on a team? Are there wiffle ball teams?
No, like you and your.
I was good. Yeah, we would do home run derby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you grow up?
New Jersey until I was 12. Montclair.
I'm from Verona.
You are?
Yeah, my dad graduated Montclair High School. He's a Mountie.
What?
My father
thought you were New York.
is a Montclair Mountie. He
Oh,
graduated from Montclair High, as did all my cousins and uncles.
Oh, wow.
And my mother was a Caldwell girl,
Wow.
and I'm a Verona guy.
Wow. Yeah, no, I'm and then I moved when I was 12 out here to LA.
Because your dad was a director.
Yeah. I've been out here, yeah.
Montclair was like where all the stars in the 50s lived, like in Upper Montclair.
Really?
Like you would take just an Amtrak train right to like, I think it's Bellevue.
We talking
Wellmont's.
about like Broadway stars?
No, I mean like real.
Oh, real stars.
Like if you go to Upper Montclair, those are some ginormous
Yeah,
houses,
they're
bro.
big-
Like on
big
Park
houses,
Street and on,
Yeah, Park
like,
Street, that's right.
yeah, like that's crazy rich. Like like where you can rent like 5 rooms of your house out to Montclair State students
Right.
and never see them.
No,
There's a
but
whole other
also
entrance.
you can get a house there for like way.
That's down by like Wellmont.
Oh,
That's
okay.
down in the other part, closer
Okay.
to Bloomfield with the
Okay.
eye ties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lackawanna Plaza down there.
Oh, fuck, man, I haven't thought about that in so long.
That's why I have you here, because I want to bring back your
Wow.
memories. This is really just cognitive behavioral therapy we're doing
Wow.
right now.
I do feel like
Lackawanna, there's 3 movie theaters. There was the Wellmont, the Bellevue, and the all right, it is Bellevue. That's the part of Montclair
Right.
that is super high end.
Yeah.
That's crazy high
Right.
end. Yeah, so you would just take a train. My grandfather was a band leader, and he's president of Revlon, and he used to commute into Manhattan. He was like on the train with like Ray Bolger from like Wizard of Oz.
Wow.
Like those were his homies.
Wow.
Yeah, Montclair's big pimpin'.
Yeah, it was a good place to grow up until I was 12, and then I moved out here, and it was like, I love LA.
I love
really
it
do.
too.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah, people shit on it. And
I know, I don't get it.
Every
I
insult.
mean, I get it. I get why you'd shit on it.
I don't. Everything you say negative about it is like, what are you going to go to L.A. and be all chill and eat sprouts and exercise on the beach, bro? You're like, actually, yes.
Yeah.
Way
No,
to
but
cut
people
me
say-
down to size.
But there is a culture in LA, and it's like pretty prevalent of people that basically I think that the show Entourage kind of showed it. It was like these guys are just fucking assholes, kind of. Like everybody thinks they're on Entourage.
But that's brand new. I'm talking about
No.
people.
But it was before Entourage. It was like people.
But
think,
is that really a negative? Like those guys are all just like chicks swinging from their dicks, they're doing coke, going to parties, blowing up, and just having a great time. The show basically was 5 guys nonstop partying, and like, oh my god, all 3 chicks showed up at my pool party at the same time.
No, but
how do I handle this?
No.
E?
No, but
This is a real situation.
But but okay, well maybe from that show then people just think that they're that guy, and so they act like that, and I hate that because you're not that guy. You're not a movie star, bro. You're some guy who waits tables, and then also you did a
But
guest
that's,
spot.
I hate to be the contrarian here, but
No.
I have to be. But that's not the perception that people in New Jersey have about people
Okay,
in
okay,
LA.
yeah.
That's once you're in LA, you realize that the guys at Starbucks writing
Sure, yeah,
scripts, you know
okay.
where people really
Yes, you're
write
right,
scripts?
you're right,
in
you're
their
right.
homes, and they go to Starbucks for coffee.
You're right.
If you go to Starbucks to write a script, it's one of the saddest things you can see because you're letting everyone know. And plus the fact that it's become cliche, been made fun of, and you're still plugging in and typing your great
But
screenplay.
that's a real dedication and a man to do that. To be like, yo, everyone makes fun of it. Fuck it, I'm still going to sit at Starbucks. I'm saying because maybe I run the block. Not that I fucking at Coffee Bean. Not that I write scripts or I don't. But if I wanted to, maybe I would. Because I'm like, this is my shit, dude. And just because people make fun of it, it's like, when am I going to stop? You know, the people.
But there's no way a active business could possibly be your workplace where you get your shit together. Like, I have a deadline. I better plug my computer in at the airport and start writing and really concentrate about
pretty
the
funny
red
when you put it that
herring
way,
on the
yeah.
beach story
Right.
and make people think the murderer is the guy that drove the car in the first chapter. I got to grind this shit out at the Coffee Bean.
Go through baggage and what is it? The TSA.
Yeah.
Go through TSA and then sit down and fucking write your script. How much do you do stand up now?
I do it as, I try to do 2 weeks like every other month, but you did more than anybody. You did 419 dates one year.
430, yeah.
400, let me finish. You
Well,
did
I mean, if you're gonna
419
be
dates one year,
specific.
and then the year was almost up.
And I did 11
And then in
quick shows.
November, you just banged out 11 shows to hit that 50.
That's right. No, 30.
430.
430.
I'm not good at math, Chris.
You can do impressions.
I am so stupid. People go, wow, you really know everything about baseball. I'm like, yeah, because I don't know anything else.
Are you-
Okay, how did you stand up? Because I can't fucking add to get to 430.
That's why I do it. I can't do shit.
Why did you do 430 shows? Were they all paid gigs or no?
Probably not. Probably, I don't know. They might have been. It was a few years ago. Might have been. It was before I started making real money, but yeah.
Did you set out to do that many shows, or were you just like, I'm going to hone my craft so much?
No, when I focus on something and I like and I love it. I mean, I love stand-up, so I wanted to go up every night. You know, I just was like,
in New York, you can get up so much more.
I would have been over 1,000 that year if I lived in New York.
Why don't when the show, God willing, God bless, 4 years from now, you guys done 6 years, you put it in the can. Chris D'Elia moves to New York. He does a 2,000 show year. You can do it because you'd be doing 3 shows a night.
I think I would do that. Yeah, I just like it. I love it so much, and I still love it so much. I've been doing it for 6.5 years, and I just want to get up all the time. People are like, "Why do you do stand up now that you're on a show? You made it." And I'm like, "That's my job. The show. Yeah, stand up is what I do."
That's what people ask me too, and it's like, I guess I've always I don't understand leaving anything on the table. I'm not going to leave what my revenue was my entire life. Right. I'm not going to chop that off and let it float out to sea just because I got this other, now is when I can really make money because I'm on a sitcom and I can still do my stand-up. Yeah. And now people know who I am from the sitcom, so I'm going to make more money back in that place. I don't understand when guys do that.
Yeah, I don't get it.
A lot of guys do it, though. A lot of guys hit the sitcom or hit the movie, and they're like,
it's weird
dude.
Because it's weird to get something, it's weird to be so good at something like stand-up and make it, and then become a movie star, and then just kind of not want to do that anymore.
How does Eddie Murphy? Right now, Eddie Murphy puts together not concert, not huge arenas, but if he did a 2,000 seat theater tour, that would be the most amazing thing to ever happen.
Yeah,
and he could do it. He could be pretty good.
Yeah,
he could go in and be pretty good every night, and people go, "That was the great." Fucking Eddie Murphy came to my town.
Well, now I understand why he doesn't do it because it's been so long, and now it's probably he's recognized as one of the greats, so it's it'd be impossible to live up to what he is already.
It's just weird the amount of stuff that he probably thinks of that he can't write into a Clump movie or a Dr. the amount of situational
it's shit. A lot of hilarious shit
that he just and he's forgotten more material. I remember I would go up to him and go, "The dog don't know his name. Look at this, Coco. Where the fuck is he going?" And he go, "That's funny. What's that from?" And I'm like, "That's your act."
No
bro.
way, really?
Swear to God.
Wow.
And I would go, "You know what's great about that bit? The dog does know his name." He goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "Because if the dog didn't know his name, nothing would happen."
Right.
The fact that the dog knows his name, looks at your father, and then goes in an opposite direction to be obstinate towards your father is so funny.
It is, yeah.
And then your father doesn't realize that he's being played by a dog and then writes it off as the dog being dumb. I'm laughing, repeating it now.
It's so funny,
and I swear to God, he looked at me like I was explaining a math problem to him, and he goes, "Yeah, I guess that is like a 3-dimensional joke."
Really?
I'm like, "Oh, bro."
Fuck.
I did Pacino. I said, "Oh, bro."
Wait, hold on. I'll tell you something before you do Pacino. Because I do want to hear it. But
I bet you do.
I like when he goes high like that.
Sure. Go on, don't forget what you're going to say. See, I interrupt too much.
No, it's okay, because I'm not going to forget this. Eddie Murphy, no bullshit, would come into the coffee bean a lot.
And let me ask you.
It's not bullshit, and let me tell you something.
Yeah.
He knows me now. And just from that, not from stand-up. I don't know.
He thinks you're Vincent Gallo.
I don't know. I don't know if he knows I do stand-up or what.
When Eddie Murphy goes into the coffee bean, do you instinctively get a vibe from him that he knows that you're running shit in the coffee bean?
I think that it's actually weird because...
or is it a co-own when he comes in?
Well, that's the thing. It's when he walks in the coffee bean... the coffee shop, I get a little bit oh, okay.
All right, game respects game.
I run this.
I'll let you order that, partner. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I run
get him extra foam if he wants it.
Right, I run this shit, but he comes in, he runs a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
I got you, Eddie.
Two crime bosses meeting. So.
You want extra foam? What does he order?
I don't know what he orders, but he always comes in a different car.
That's pimp.
Yeah.
That's badass. Eddie was so funny. He was so and I'm saying he's not funny. I'm saying his stand-up was so funny.
It was.
I mean, that motherfucker wore a purple leather suit on stage, and you just listen to the words. Like Eddie Izzard dressed as a woman, and that's another thing Katz did, was he sat here and goes, "Imagine if you, Jay, did your first special dressed as a woman, no one would have heard a word you said.
Yeah.
But Eddie Izzard is so dynamic that the words are so incredible.
Have you ever done this? Oh my God.
It's so incredible that nobody even gave a fuck. The most racist, most misogynist country in the world didn't even give a fuck that a British guy was wearing a dress because what he was saying was so powerful. Do you understand that? I go, what I understand is you basically just said to 250,000 people,